Hello, this is Chris Pickard. I'm here at Body in Balance, and yes, it is definitely sunny today here in Hertfordshire. And today we are building a better brain through something called, building something called brain-derived neurotrophic factor, known as BDNF for short. And I've been reminded of this because I have re-listened to a podcast by Tim Dingle. Now, if you don't know who Tim Dingle is, then you'll see that he's tagged it in here. I'll actually put the link to the podcast that reminded me of this, because there's amazing things in there. And that's what Tim does. Tim actually makes people feel, teaches people how to be amazing every single day, inspires them to be amazing every single day. And there's some great stuff in there. Now, if you're in the My 365 group, I'll actually go through some great points that I picked up from it. So if you're not in the My 365 group, you have to join. So, how to build a better brain, BDNF. Well, first of all, what are some of the benefits of BDNF? Well, first of all, if you've listened to the name, a brain-derived neurotrophic factor, then you've hopefully picked up the fact that what it does is it helps the brain grow. It helps with what's called neuroplasticity, which is the extra connections, and it helps with nerve growth. But it doesn't just stop in the brain. The benefits of BDNF actually go into your muscle. That's why it helps preserve muscle, including your heart. So that's brain and heart. Pretty important stuff. What else does it do? Well, there's a number of benefits with higher BDNF. One is it's also associated with better weight loss, or maintained happy weight, because it seems to make you feel more hungry or more satisfied with the food you have. It makes you eat less food. So, hello Paul, hello Leslie, hello Claudine. So BDNF is great for weight. It also helps improve sleep. It doesn't make you tired, it just improves deep, slow wave sleep. What else does it do? It helps improve serotonin, your feel-good chemical in your brain. So it's got a number of benefits, not just in regrowing a healthy brain, but in also preserving your body and making it a happy body and a happy place. So, how can you actually increase BDNF? Well, in the podcast, Tim Dingle just spoke very briefly about it, and he spoke about exercise, and I'm going to see if, now unfortunately I left my juggling balls at home, but basically exercise like juggling, because it improves hand-eye coordination, improves how each side of the brain is working, but really intense exercise. So things like hill sprints, the nitric oxide exercises that I've shown you before in a video is another good thing to do. Cycling sprints, all kinds of sort of high intensity training is very good for producing more BDNF. Another good exercise, which is, I sometimes use this as a warm-up in the gym, so some fairly decent weights, more than I'd use for the nitric oxide exercises. Okay, and one arm is going to be going up and down, and the other arm, sorry, this is on Facebook, whereas on YouTube you'd be able to see all of this if I was doing an ordinary film. And one arm is doing this, okay? And the idea is to make sure that, oh my word, that's difficult, that each side is doing a different exercise. And then what you do is you swap, so you're doing a different exercise on each side, and again, just like juggling, it actually improves the connections side to side in the brain. It's a good brain warm-up, basically. So there you go, juggling, and if you can't juggle, pick up some weights, or even just do that with your arms with no weight whatsoever. And that's really good, and if you use a weight, it gets the heart going, gets the chest muscles going, increases oxygenation to the brain as well. So, of course, the nitric oxide exercises would be really good as well. Hello, Jackie. Hello, Brian. So, these weights are 3 kilograms. So, for someone who's not particularly strong, just 1 kilogram, or even just do the exercise with no weight whatsoever. Okay. So, exercise, really good. Sleep. So, not only does BDNF help sleep, getting deep sleep will actually increase the amount of BDNF. Meditation. certain nutrients called polyphenols, which you find in green tea. Green tea has got two things in it that are really good. One is called ECGC, which is an anti-inflammatory, but it's also good for the brain. Something else in green tea is called theanine, which is again really good at promoting BDNF. Turmeric, another spice, full of good things, good for the brain, good for BDNF, as well as being anti-inflammatory. Our favourite mushroom, Ganoderma lucidum, in all the teas and coffees that we use, that again helps massively with the brain and helps with BDNF and neurological functioning. Intermittent fasting or calorie restriction. Thank you, Brian, there. So intermittent fasting, calorie restriction, actually helps preserve muscle and boost brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which is one reason why ketogenic diet, intermittent fasting, calorie restriction actually preserves muscle, because it produces BDNF, which preserves muscle. Another thing is getting out in sunshine. And now it's not the vitamin D production, it's actually other stuff that the sun does to your body and your nervous system and your brain as the light comes in through your eyes, hits various receptors in your brain. That also produces BDNF as well. So basically, the Magnificent Seven. The Magnificent Seven health strategies boost BDNF. So get out there, practice the Magnificent Seven, try the exercises, learn to juggle, have fun. Also socializing, dancing, anything that improves social interaction will really help with BDNF, enjoyment in life. And the three things to really avoid: stress. So if you're in a really stressful situation, you want to learn to do things to decrease stress, because stress, whether that's you use the MindFit app or whether you get the Alpha Music of John Levine or whether you listen to Tim Tingle's podcast, because that really will de-stress you, because it's funny to listen to. So yeah, stress, not good for BDNF. Sugar, not good for BDNF. And what was the third? You get isolation. So if you are isolated, join a group online. If you're online and you're watching this, then you can join My 365, because it will give you a lot of support. So practice the Magnificent Seven and avoid stress, isolation and sugar. And if you can't avoid stress, you need to build strategies to beat stress, which is exercise, sleep, think right, talk right. Learn the sort of strategies that I teach in the Magnificent Seven Health Strategies program, or learn some of the strategies that are in Tim, and some of the questions and some of the ideas in Tim Dingle's podcast. Okay, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, if you'd like to know more about the tea or the coffee that we use, any of the supplements we use, if you want to actually learn how to get more input from movement into your brain and your local, give us a call on 01707 662 704 and just mention Tim Dingle as a special, and we'll give you a special deal on a consultation. Okay, be well, live long and prosper, and exercise.